not his pillow?
If you need it, it's up to you.
I don't need it. Okay. Yeah. I know some of the folks need like a boost. I'm good.
John, him roll that cup.
Yeah, man. Hey, I feel him.
We ready?
I feel him.
Who will give me 10 more minutes? I'm at 10 over. Give me 10 over.
Oh, now I see why he had a pillow. Leaning back.
now, we're live. Yes, live from James Place, and we're talking barbershop talk. Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits, everything's on the table. Everything's on the table. Barbershop talk. Oh, everybody. We're here at James Place. Barbershop. We're talking barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. At James Place. Barbershop talk. 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 At James Place. Barbershop talk. Everything's on the table. And now, we're live. Yes, live from James Place, and we're talking barbershop talk. Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits, everything's on the table. Everything's on the table. Barbershop talk. Oh, everybody. We're here at James Place. Barbershop. We're talking barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. At James Place. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk.
Barbershop Talk live here at Jay's Place, Barbershop 1927 Olive Road. Today is Wednesday. Barbershop Talk live each and every Wednesday. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you are there. We're going to have a good old conversation again. Barbershop Talk live is Wednesday. I'm telling you, what I want you to do is get on the phone, get on your iPad, get on any kind of device, call a friend, call a neighbor, call an enemy, call your enemies. Tell them to tune in to Barbershop Talk live, because we're going to go live in just a few minutes with our special guest. Listen, I'm telling you, before we go to our conversation, I want to give a special shout out to the people behind the scene, behind the camera, that make this event possible. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about my good friend, Alan Odom. Alan Odom with Pond Maintenance right here in Augusta, Georgia. Give him a call at 706-294-8493. Again, that's 706-294-8493. Alan has tree demolition, pond maintenance, cut your grass, and he'll also maintain your lawn. If you need his service, again, give him a call at 706-294-8493. Again, that's Alan Odom with Pond Maintenance. Also, if you want to look good like I look good, you want to smell good like I smell good, give my good friend Demetrius Johnson a call. She has Whip Scented Shea Butter. Again, that's Whip Scented Shea Butter. You can also give her a call at 706-564-5335. Again, that's 706-564-5335. She got Whip Scented Shea Butter. She got mint, coconut, island paradise, tropical paradise, strawberry, all the different flavors. You got TikTok. She got TikTok. Hit her up on TikTok, Melon Queen 1976. Again, that's Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Butter. Get that product in your hand. Get that product in your house. Get that product on your medicine cabinet. You will not be disappointed, I'm telling you. Also, CSOA Barbershop Talk Live World, don't you forget about April the 20th. I'm talking about April the 20th will be here before you know it. What am I doing? What are we talking about? The old school 70s party right here in Augusta, Georgia, in your backyard. Augusta Common, I'm telling you, I want you to put on your afro wigs, put on your bare bottoms, get the stacks, get the fish with the shoes. I'm talking about we're going to have a good old time at Augusta Common. The proceeds from this event is going to HIV awareness, HIV education, and also HIV testing. So I'm encouraging you, and especially you to get your tickets. You can go on Eventbrite to get your tickets. They're only $25, or you can also stop by Jay's Place Barbershop, 1927 Olive Road to get your tickets. Again, it's going to be an old school funky good time. Old school 70s party, Augusta, Georgia, in your backyard, Augusta Common. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. I'm telling you, if you don't get those tickets, I'm going to bust your face. Also, listen, please, man, please, sir, don't forget about right here in Augusta, Georgia. If you have a black business and you want to open up a business, you're trying to improve your business, I want you to get in contact with Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. You can go to the website. It's mygabc.org. Again, that's mygabc.org. They have different programs for your business to expand your business, to improve your business, different things for LLCs, tax purposes, all kind of things to improve your loans, grants, whatever you need for your business. Again, it's mygabc.org, Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. My good friend Ronnie West and Shagrela Hammond, those are the two ladies that spearheaded that program. I am an ambassador for the program. I have done many successful things through that program with my business. I encourage you to look at it, and make that part of your business. Again, Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce, right here in Augusta, Georgia. Go to the website again. It's mygabc.org. They're looking forward to seeing you and hearing from you right now. But listen, don't forget, today is Wednesday. What we do on Wednesday, we have a conversation on Barbershop Talk Live. And today, my special guest, I'm telling you, this guy is one of the hardest guys in the CSRA to pin down. But we pinned him down. We got him down. We made him get into the hot seat. Great conversation we're going to have. So what I want you, and especially you to do, get on the phone. Give us a call at 706-426-1533. Again, that's 706-426-1533. It's a live call-in line. If you got a question for our special guest, give us a call at that number. You got a question for myself, give us a call at that same number. Also, if you got a question, put the question on the screen. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page, on our YouTube channel, and we'll be glad to keep you up with what we got going on. Again, that number is 706-426-1533. But without further ado, let's talk to the man that's up the hour. Again, my special friend right here today is Mr. none other than Don D.C. Clark. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
You good? Mr. Clark, you good?
I'm great.
Man, you better look. Yeah, there you go. There. Yes, sir. I like that. I like that. Wait a minute. Is this Obama here?
Hey, listen, you remember how them old school dudes used to walk around, they had their music playing?
Yeah.
This is my entourage.
That's your entourage right there. Them your peoples. Them your peoples. You got your peoples in the building.
Yes, sir.
Boy, now look, I'm gonna let you know now. If your people act up, it's on you now.
Nah, we good.
Don't look. Let me tell your people, don't tear this place up now.
No. We all been vetted.
They've been forewarned. Don't tear this place. Well, listen, what's going on with you, man?
Oh man, definitely. I'm loving this. I'm inspired by what you're doing, man.
Okay.
Loving seeing you and what you're doing in the community, bringing real issues to the community.
Okay.
Much props.
Okay.
Much props.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as I said before, CSRA at Barbershop Talk Live. Well, again, my good friend right here, Mr. Don D.C., and we're going to let you know what that D.C. means in a few minutes, right?
All right. Yeah.
D.C. is in the house. But listen, again, if you got a question for our special guest, give us a call at 706-426-1533. This is a live call-in line, and best of my knowledge, no question is off limits.
No, we're
Best
good
of
to
my
go.
knowledge.
We're good to go.
Well, listen now. Let me tell the Barbershop Talk Live world, the ones that don't know, because what I do and what the crew does when we know that a guest is coming on, we do what we call a special Googling search.
There you go.
We Google search.
There you go.
And we Google these things and see what's going on with the guests that's coming on, because I don't want anybody to get in the hot seat.
That's right.
It don't look right.
That's right.
It won't feel right.
Okay.
So when I Googled you, my crew said you good.
All right.
They said you all right.
Good.
Bring them on the show.
Bring them.
So what I did all my research and I found out who you are.
Okay.
But for the ones that don't know who Don D.C. Clark is, I want you to look into that camera and tell the people on the Barbershop Talk Live world, who is D.C.?
Yeah, so Don Clark, originally from Houston, Texas, came to Augusta by way of the military. I retired in the United States Army after 21 years, was blessed to survive 3 combat tours, truly covered in that regard. But, I did my thing. I served my country proudly, provided for my family. But more importantly, once that was over, I made Augusta home. I met my beautiful wife here. My wife is really why I'm here, because I was on orders when I met my wife. We met at church, and she said, "Hey, you," and it kind of went from there. So, yeah, I did say, huh, because I was like, literally, let me tell you what I said. I said, who, me? But no, that was how it actually worked. I mean, I literally was on orders to go overseas, and really probably wasn't going to end up back here. But once I met her, I said, well, God, I hear you. I guess I'm coming back, and rest is history.
Okay, I got you. Now, I think I heard something you say from Houston, Texas?
Yeah, originally from Houston. So, I came in the Army in the early 90s. So, of course, I came from Houston and kind of, as we say in the military, been around the world and back again. Yeah.
Now, Don, again, as I did my research and checked out who you are,
All right.
I hope you did your research on me.
Okay.
And what I'm referring to is, do you know where I'm from?
So I am not going. I'm gonna do like George Washington.
Okay.
I cannot tell a lie. No, I did not do my
to be-
research to see where you were from.
See, the
No.
people from where I'm from a big little town called Waycross, Georgia.
Okay, there we go.
And when you tell me what you just told me, the people back home say, got to be more careful.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
know,
did
I'm
not
like,
do
how you
that.
not know?
Yep, I did not do that.
But again, my big little hometown is a big little hometown to the point where we know everybody, we get along with everybody.
That's it?
And we just don't meet a stranger.
How many stoplights?
We got enough. We got enough. We got a mall. We got the,
All right.
we got a Popeyes.
So y'all got the
Yeah, we got the
standard.
basics. We got the basics.
Yeah, there you go.
We got the
All right,
basics.
I got
But
you.
if you ever get a chance to go to Waycross, go by my mama's house. She'll fix your plate.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold you to it.
She'll fix your plate now.
All right, Mama, I'm coming.
But listen, again, as I said earlier,
Yeah,
it's good to get you to come in and
Yeah.
sit down and have a good conversation with it
appreciate
because
it.
again, this is just a conversation.
yeah, for
This,
sure.
this ain't no interview. This is a conversation. Only thing we got here is some cameras, mics, and we got about 85 people that's squeezing in the room in there. So we want to say hello to these 85 people
That's
that's in
it.
there.
That's it. That's
So,
it.
so I see that you got a major entourage.
Yeah, listen, I mean, the beautiful thing about this whole thing, man, is having people that believe in you, having people that are going to actively apply themselves towards assisting you and helping you in any regard. Those are things I've done my whole life. It's not all about me being in the forefront of things, but if I can help someone get to a level of where they are, if I can apply some guidance, some knowledge, or even some monetary assistance, then I'm going to do that, and God is going to continue to bless me as He already has. So that's what I've always believed in.
Okay, now, again, if you haven't had a chance to watch Barbershop Talk Live, we just jump around. You don't mind if we jump around?
Let's do it.
Because I think what we did, we kind of got ahead of ourselves when you started talking about your military career.
All right.
So now, what made you go into the military? Was you had a daddy or a brother or uncle in the military? You followed in their footsteps or
Well,
what?
so I was raised by a single mother, oldest of 5 kids. My father wasn't in my life. My father was in the military, but again, I didn't have that connection in that regard of, hey, let me follow in his footsteps, because I didn't really know a lot of the things that he had done in life. But being the oldest, experiencing different things, always had an adventurous spirit, always up for a challenge. And at that time, I went to broadcasting school, young, ready to conquer the world. Once I finished broadcasting school, thinking I'm about to go on somebody's TV, somebody's radio station, and they were like, well, where's your experience, sir? And went back to school. So went to Texas Southern. But again, young, really, didn't have the patience to weather the storm of what it takes to kind of navigate that world in broadcasting. So staying at home at that time, with mom, it was just like, ooh, we need to come up with another option. So talked to a friend of mine that was a recruiter at the time, and he sold me the biggest crock of stuff I ever heard. Hey, man, you can come in the military and do broadcasting. Nothing about my job that I chose had anything to do with broadcasting, but that's how it ended up being. I ended up coming in the military and led into a career in what they call tactical communications and signal corps for those that know the military. And rest is kind of history in that regard, but that's how it led me to it. Yep.
Well, I don't really see a broadcasting in you. So when I see you, I look at a football, basketball player. So
Yeah,
you did,
man.
did any
Look,
sports?
I played sports, played basketball, football, all of that. Did a lot more of that when I got in the military as well. So, in the military, you do some of everything, but you always look for outlets. And one of those outlets was always sports,
Now, were you any good at the sport?
Hey, so obviously I'm not in the NBA or the NFL.
Okay.
I was in the Army.
Okay.
So obviously I wasn't good enough at that level.
Okay.
I always enjoyed, staying active, playing sports, just keeping you going.
I was glad you gave me the answer because remember we can Google this stuff. Now.
Hey, man,
If you-
look,
if
I
you-
have no reason.
You told
to
me
be,
some stuff. I'd have said, hold up.
Look, now it's a lot of them out there. Be
I
like,
know.
oh yeah, man, I was at the college level,
Yeah,
and
all
but
that.
tweaked my ankle real
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
so
I'll keep
yeah.
it 100.
Be 100.
I enjoyed it, but no, not to that point where I was at that level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And 21 years.
Yep.
21 years in the military. You served the country. Well, thank you for serving the country.
I appreciate
We
that.
appreciate your service.
I
Barbershop
appreciate
Talk
that.
Live, real appreciate your service. Because again, without what you did,
Yeah.
we can't do what we do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you, without those that came before me, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did. So I always try to make sure that people understand that for any of us that serve, there's shoulders that we stand on. There's people that paved the way. You know, at one point in time, our services were separated by race, gender, and otherwise. So any of those men and women who came before me, I absolutely give them the utmost respect, appreciation, and if I see them, I always thank them. Thank you for paving the path. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long you been married?
Yeah, my wife and I are going on 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you trying to catch me up, Jay? I'm
I'm-
good, man. Look, you are not going to get me.
I
Not with
do-
that one.
See, remember now. Listen, if you haven't had a chance to watch the
Yeah.
show, these are not my questions.
Nah,
These
it's
are
all
barbershop talk like word questions. People want to know.
That's good.
See, because when they come on and they ask these questions, they want to
Yeah.
make sure. Because I really thought it was less than that.
No. It's not.
It's 12 years.
What did you think?
Well, I thought it was 6.
6?
Yeah.
Nah, wrong dude.
Wrong dude.
12 years. Yep,
12 years.
12 years.
Okay, cool. Good. Well, now let me ask you this question. Now, what kept 12 years going? Because again, when you talking about the military, that was trying back and forth with your time and your obligation to the military. So you talking about 12 out of the 20 that you served, right?
No. So I met my wife at the tail end of my career. So the last couple years of me being in the military is when I met my wife. So we've been in 12 years. 2 of that was ending my career. The rest have been just 10 years of me not being in uniform and us building a life together.
All right, CSRA Barbershop Talk Loud World. Again, if you got a special question, a question for our special guest, again, give us a call at 706-426-1533. You got a question for myself, you can also give me a call at that same number, or you got a question you want to put on the screen, put the question on the screen. We're answering any and all questions. Remember, no question is off limits. If it's on your mind, let's talk about the Barbershop Talk Live. DC,
Bring it on.
let me ask you a question now.
Let's go.
Now, I got to refer. Can I refer to my notes?
Go ahead.
Let me refer to my notes. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
All right.
These are the questions that I got people to put on this card that I wanted to make sure I ask before I get too far into this conversation. And I want to let you see some of these questions.
All right.
So first question is, I know that you were retired. Now you're going to a whole different path of life. Now by this path of life that you take, you want to get into the politics. You want to get into politics.
Right.
Now, 2 things that people have a problem getting into. And when they get into it, there's a problem. You can't keep people happy. Preaching, politics.
Right.
Are you a preaching politician?
A preaching politician.
Because let me say that, because sometimes the preacher will tell you some stuff that just don't even seem like it's right.
Okay.
And here come the politician tell you the same thing.
Yes.
So now,
be careful, because we got a couple of preachers in
well,
the room back
God
there,
bless
so
them.
I
Now,
wanna
we're gonna let you pray.
All right. I'm just saying.
So what I'm trying to base what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
when you get into this politics world, how can we know that you really for the people? How about that? That's a simple
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
That's a simple question.
No. That's a fair question. So I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't by chance that I've even led to this point. I had a big challenge when I got out of the uniform. I didn't know anything about Augusta, and coming out of uniform, your op tempo, your busyness is constant. Retiring, huge stop and drawdown to that. So I really had to establish what part 2 was going to look like. Meeting my wife at the time, she owned a daycare, had a lot of children, of course, families as well. So that process of me introducing myself into her world helped really kind of round some edges for me. But it also kind of added some purpose. A lot of the kids, were from single-parent homes, just like I was. A lot of the kids, in some cases were even underserved. And at that point, it gave me another level of kind of direction, another level of purpose to really kind of create some opportunity for the kids. So we would do in the summer times, we would do sports camps. I would take them on, at the time, Fort Gordon, introduce them to something that many of them hadn't been introduced to. Do some sports, basketball, football things with them that had some real serious athletic, skills, or even just those that just wanted to do something. And that led into creating community initiatives. One of the first initiatives I collaborated in creating was called the Fall Safety Festival. We did it at Daniel Field. The first year we did it, we provided 250 turkeys to families, and anyone who wanted it. It brought the fire department, sheriff's office, different entities together to showcase their services and supports for the full benefit of the community, but also just while expanding on holiday safety. Fire department dunked a frozen turkey and burning hot grease and showed the safety hazards with that. So, with that being said, it really kind of allowed me then to continue networking, continue learning the area, but more importantly, continue building on creating initiatives or even partnering. Because a lot of times everybody's always me, 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 me. I want to do my own thing. And before you know it, you got 15 different organizations doing the same thing versus us just collaborating to where we can really be more impactful in that regard.
Don, let me ask this question now.
Go ahead.
21 years in the military.
Yes, sir.
Your wife has the daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Daycare is successful, going pretty good with that. You again, you served the country. You retired. 21 years you gave us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But now you finna get stressed out.
Yeah.
You finna get to the point where you got to get in front of these folks and almost promise them that you're gonna give them what they want to get and what they want to hear. So
Yeah.
are you ready for the stress? You just left a stressful world.
Yeah. So I think, it's kind of like one of those things, you glutton for punishment, maybe? No.
Yeah. You really
No.
want to get all this stress?
Listen, I think the biggest thing is if you're going to get in this game, number one, and I'm not going to say everybody that's in politics does the same thing, but you got to have a heart for people, okay? Because the whole point of running for public office is to make an impact in your community, in people's lives, assisting, providing solutions, providing ideas to help, better serve a community. I think some of the most successful politicians, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't consider myself a politician, but I do consider myself a public servant. And I think there's a distinct difference because a politician, in some regards, is going to tell you all the things you want to hear, and not really provide on too much of anything, and you kind of then create false hope for people. And in this day and age, the last thing any of us need is a littering of false hope. But I am a public servant to the point where I find fulfillment in feeding into someone else, assisting someone else, leading and setting an example for someone that may need to see that to where they feel that they can do something that they never thought they could achieve. Even in the military, even in things I've done after life, those are things that I feel fulfilled in.
So as I've learned, listen to your path and what you want to go. You want to get into and be a commissioner for the city.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. And, I got a lot of faith believers around me, a lot of faith believers watching this, and even in the room. And absolutely, we're thanking God in advance for that.
All right. I
Yeah.
got you. Well, now, before they start clapping too much.
Go ahead.
Before they give you too much praise.
Go ahead.
Now we want to know, and the people that's watching Barbershop Talk Live want to know what is the commission? What does the commissioner do?
Yeah, so the commissioners, collectively, there's a body of 10 commissioners for Augusta Richmond County. Those 10 men and women in any capacity represent their individual districts. We have 8 county commissioners that represent individual districts, and we have 2 super district commissioners that represent a bulk of 4. Each of the supers represent a bulk of 4. But they have fiduciary responsibility over the city. They set policy. They do constituent services, which should be a big priority for any of them. But more importantly, they are the leaders of the city, along with the mayor of the city as well.
All right, so here's the question. I think I want to kind of ease into this question. So
All right.
So if you're running for this, what seat are you running for?
So I'm running for District 5 Commission.
District 5 Commission. So I hope this question will come across correctly.
Okay.
Again, it's on the paper. It ain't my question.
I got you.
So the question I want to ask is, the seat that you're running for.
Sure.
What is the person that's in that seat not doing for you to run?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you.
The people want to know. I don't want to know the
And
politics.
I'll clearly tell you and everyone listening.
'Cause
So go ahead.
For you to run,
Yeah,
you must have saw something or heard something.
absolutely.
That person's not doing for you to get off your butt, your couch, your whatever, and want to put your name in the hat.
Yeah.
So tell the Barbershop Talk Live world, what is that person not doing?
Yeah, so I'll say what motivated me to do this is I saw that we weren't moving as a city. We weren't moving collectively. And I saw that we have leaders in place right now that aren't bringing the representation that we need. Okay? And that clearly is what motivated me to step forward and say enough is enough. When I see the arguing and the blocking and the back and forth unnecessary things that are continuously keeping us in a point of just really stagnation and kind of spinning our wheels. Yeah, those are the things. I can either choose to say, I'll continue to sit on the sideline and talk about it, or I can choose to say, stand up, be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. So, in this regard, that's why I'm offering myself to the position.
Now, this part, now, Don, DC. I hope I don't make your followers upset with this question.
Go ahead.
It ain't my question. It's a people question.
People's
It's a
question.
people question. Well, look, well, before I ask the people question, how long have you been in Augusta?
So I retired out of the military in 2014.
2014.
Yep, I came to Augusta in 2010.
Okay.
Served until 2012 and went overseas for another deployment.
Okay. So you've been here 10, 15 years.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So here come my question that the people want to know.
All right, go ahead.
For the 10, 15 years that you've been here, and you just, you've been here,
Right.
why are you running now? Because watch this here now.
Okay.
I got to ask this question.
Yeah.
If you've been here this amount of years, now you decide to run, so you must have been happy what was going on.
Yeah.
You must was cool with what was going on. You say
Yeah.
you want to put the county and the city in a different direction. Why did I do it back then? It's been some mess back then.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you. So
Just the people want to know.
I got you. Let me talk to the people then.
to the people.
Yeah,
They
'cause
wanna
John,
know.
you telling me to talk to the people,
Talk
so
to
I'm gonna
the
talk to the people. So the biggest thing for me is this: if I commit myself to something, I'm gonna commit myself to it. The entire time of me getting out of uniform and learning the area, I was committed to fully immersing myself in Augusta. When you're in uniform and you're traveling around the world and going different places, I mean, you don't have a true connection because you're there for a short period of time. Me retiring out of the military and staying here, then I had the challenge then of learning. Okay, I had the challenge of learning the people, learning the environment, learning some of the mechanics, but also learning some of the challenges that are out there. So I fully committed myself to that piece, really trying to build bridges, really trying to provide solutions, support others. I've supported others in their campaigns because, again, I didn't know much about any of it, man. In uniform, I didn't know anything about what it takes to be a candidate or be a part of a campaign or to assist somebody that's trying to establish a nonprofit or go in someone's home and provide essential services that they weren't receiving. I'd done different things in different aspects in the military, but I didn't really know what it took to do that in a community. So at that time, all of this time, I've been really fixed on just that. Just learning
Okay.
and seeing where I can be a productive aspect in our community.
Okay. And now you feel you ready.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, my intentions never, ever, none of that I was doing was ever to end up here. But it's many things, you with business, others doing other pursuits. It's many things that we set out to do that God has laid a path for us well before we even thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
got
so
you.
this is one of those things that has kind of led me to where I am today. I'm not going to say this was my pursuit, but I'm not going to say that I'm ever going to shy away from when there's a need or when there's an opportunity for me to insert myself in to provide a solution. That I'm going to move away from that.
Okay. Well, let me throw this in there because I think we got a question from the floor. But let me ask this. Let me throw this in there. Okay. So do you know when you started campaigning for this position?
When I started campaigning,
Yeah.
so we made our public announcement in January.
Okay. So let me kind of dig into that statement what I just made.
Okay.
So in my opinion, when a person started campaigning for this position or
Yep.
any position they want to get into,
Absolutely.
they started campaigning from birth.
Yeah.
They started campaigning from the age of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean when I say that, once you do what you do and you
Right.
do what you're doing is right, people are watching.
Right.
People are watching whatever you're doing. So when you get to the point you want to run for office, run for this, run for that, then they see your name come across the screen, come across the board, come across the paper. Oh, that's DC.
Right.
He been campaigning all this time. He ain't got in no trouble.
Right.
He ain't acting a fool. He ain't beating up on his wife. He ain't acting a fool. He doing
Right.
right. So that guy said he might be all right.
Right.
So for a long time you've been campaigning.
That's a good way of putting it.
You've been campaigning
That's
for a
good way of
long
putting
time.
it. And that kind of goes with my favorite scripture.
Okay.
All right. And it's talking about good works.
Good works.
Yep.
Good works.
So let your light so shine before men.
Right.
that they may see your good works
Right.
and glorify Lord in heaven.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So keep campaigning.
Yeah,
Keep campaigning.
absolutely. So, and that's the thing about it, though, John. You bring up a good point. If you're going to be a part of anything like this, or anything you do in life, you gotta represent yourself accordingly. And if you're coming into it halfway, if you're coming into it just of the name, oh, they know me and they got me, but you have no substance, then what are you really doing? And what are you really bringing for the people that you're trying to assist, that are depending on you, that need you to represent them appropriately, that need you to assist them in their need? Because there's a ton of need that we need fulfilled. But if you don't have someone that is fully committed, if you don't have someone that is and has a heart of the people and has a heart of assisting, we're going to get a lot of what we're getting now.
Boy, I tell you, listen, DC. Before I go any further, because I love where this conversation is going, but I got to pay a bill.
Okay,
Can
pay
I
a bill.
Can I pay a bill?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind if I pay a bill?
Let's do it.
So listen, Barbershop Talk Live World CSOA. I want to pay a bill, but what I do, I needed you to look at the screen, pay attention to my good friend Felicia Lee. She has a company right there on Central Avenue called True Therapy. True Therapy is a company that she does with mental health evaluations, mental capacity, teach you, learn you what you need to do to be a better person. So again, watch the screen. We're going to my good friend Felicia Lee, Central Avenue. We'll be back in just a few minutes. True Therapy.
Life is full of challenges and struggles, but there's no reason you should have to face them alone. At True Therapy, we provide support and guidance to help you become the best version of yourself. As a mental health counseling center, we provide a full range of clinical behavioral health services to children, adolescents, adults, and families. Our experienced team of licensed counselors and psychiatrists work closely with patients to understand their situation and develop a personalized treatment plan with an emphasis on wellness and prevention. Whether you are struggling with mental illness, substance abuse, relationship and marital difficulties, or the daily stress and challenges of life, we're here to help you find a positive path forward, dedicated to making our services as convenient and accessible as possible. We offer treatment in office, by phone, or via telehealth. Find the help you need. Schedule an appointment at True Therapy today.
All right. We are back. Talking to my good friend, Mr. Don D.C. Clark, here running for District 5 Commissioner.
Absolutely.
All right, CSOA Barbershop Talk Live World. Again, thank you for tuning in. My good friend Felicia Lee has a company right here on Central Avenue called True Therapy. Mental health, evaluate you, give her a call, follow the screen. The information is on the screen. Again, my Felicia Lee, True Therapy right here on the Central Avenue. Get in contact with her, see her, and you'll be glad you did. Again, Don.
Hey, hold a second, John.
Okay.
If anyone in the audience back here have a question, please let us know. We pass the mic around, okay?
Yes, we'll make sure all your questions get answered. DC, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know if you know since you've been in Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
You've been around the city pretty well. You know South Side, North Side, West Side. You know all that. So you don't kind of been around pretty good.
Okay.
Now you've been around the world also.
Yeah.
You've seen a few things, been a few places.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if you really know Augusta.
All right.
I don't know if you really know Augusta.
So you about to quiz me
because
on my Augusta knowledge.
This the part I don't think you know about Augusta.
Okay, go
because
ahead.
Now I don't had a lot of people in this hot seat.
Yeah.
And I ask these people the same question. And the question I ask these people, they don't know the answer to it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if you know the answer to this question.
All right.
Simple question.
Simple.
What are the 3 things Augusta is known for?
All right.
Simple.
So
Simple.
I mean, obviously, everyone's going to say James Brown.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Obviously, the Masters.
Okay.
All right.
What's the 3rd thing Augusta is known for? You've been around the world. You've seen it all.
So the 3rd thing Augusta is known is for having amazing people that have amazing heart and connectivity with one another.
Yeah. Can we X him out? Can we? That's.
I mean, you asked me my opinion of what the 3 things Augusta's known for.
Well,
Let me ask you what your opinion were, but we'll take that opinion.
we want to know. Do you? I mean, you got 2 out of 3 right.
Okay, 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 right.
All right.
The third thing Augusta is known for
Yeah.
around the world.
Around the
This is
world.
barbershop talk opinion.
Yeah, now this barbershop
facts.
talk now.
Barbershop talk.
Okay.
facts.
This facts.
Facts.
The
Facts.
third thing Augusta is known for, and I'm talking about known for it regularly, is the clicks.
The clicks. Okay.
The clicks. The clicks. Augusta is known for the clicks. You go to South Carolina, you go to Florida, you go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's known for the clicks.
Oh, okay.
So that being said, as you said earlier, you said something earlier that I don't know if you pay attention to what you said.
Yeah.
You said people are coming together,
Yeah.
bring this city to where it need to be, put this city on the map where it should be, get it back to the second largest city in Georgia. You said that you want to do that.
Yeah.
But Don, D.C.,
Break it down.
I'm talking about man of God.
Yep.
Can we be rest assured that when the people go to the polls on that Tuesday,
Yeah.
and if the law is willing, you are the winner, are we assured that you won't get any clicks? Because that's the reason why the city don't move. That's the reason why the city don't go nowhere.
So
The
I'm glad,
clicks.
I'm glad you said that,
Hold
though.
on, before you ask this question,
ahead.
before you answer the question,
Go ahead.
remember,
Go ahead.
the people want to know.
People want to know.
So you need to tell the people, I'm good.
Give the people what they want.
You better tell the people what they want to know.
So I'm going to tell you.
1 second, Don.
All right.
We got half Augusta in here. So
Tell them
make
come
sure
on
you-
in.
yeah.
We got 75 more people coming in. We
got
can
about
knock a wall
35 more
down.
People coming in.
We can knock a wall
I see
down. Ain't no
somebody
problem.
red back there trying to hide.
We knock a wall down and come on in here.
Bring it on in.
I think that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Now remember,
Yeah.
the third thing Augusta is known for is the clicks.
Clicks. Okay.
Now I don't want to know DC.
Yeah.
The people want to know. Are
Yeah.
you gonna get involved, or are you involved in the clique?
No. So one thing about it, I've never been a clique person. I've always been someone that tries to really get along with everyone. Even as a young boy, I wasn't a clique person. So I wasn't in the popular crew. I wasn't in the this crew, the that crew. I came from pretty humble beginnings. I was raised by a single mother, 5 children, saw my mother struggle to provide ends meet. But I'll tell anybody that I come across, I learned my strength as a man from a woman. And my mother ensured that we understood that you don't get anywhere in life by yourself. There's people praying for you. There's people pouring into you. There's people that are adding different aspects of things throughout your entire life that you either choose to benefit from, to learn from, to build upon. So I couldn't afford to be a clique person. None of my family are clique people. We are open people. We're loving people. And that was what was imparted in me. Now, fully aware that there are a ton of cliques and silos in Augusta.
No.
Yeah, fully aware. Fully aware.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you like this. Even what I've done here in immersing myself in Augusta, I'm in contact and in connection with people of all walks of life. You may see me at lunch with someone, of a different race, whether it be Indian, whether it be Asian, whether it be white, black, or whatever, Hispanic. I've never limited myself about who I interact with because there's something for us to gain and learn from anybody. So I've also never been one of those that say, hey, I idolize that person. I want to be exactly like them. I would never say that or do that because that places limitations upon myself. Because that means I'm limited to whatever they've achieved or whatever mistakes they've made as well, as opposed to me saying, I like what John's doing. I'm going to take a little bit from him. I like what she did or how she did that. Let me spin that and add my own spin to make it unique to me. So I am a compilation of a number of people and experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, that I've learned and capitalized on in life.
All right, now, as I see this cue card giving me this question, I want to ask this
Yeah,
question.
that cue
DC.
card is deep.
We got a question from the floor.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm trying to find out where you reading all this from. You got a cue card back there or something?
Yeah, I do, man. It's right here. It's inside. Yeah, it's in my heart. Everything that I'm saying, yeah, I'm true to it. I'm not up here doing any of this. First of all, anybody who's going to offer themselves to come forward in this way, in this regard, if you come in empty, you're not going to last long. If you come in without some experience or some understanding or some knowledge or even a desire to want to help others, you're not going to be effective. We got an amazing mayor right now that has an amazing story. He and I connect in a lot of ways because we have a lot of similarities in the regard of having a loving mother, having someone that poured into you and wouldn't allow you to quit regardless of what it is. And I believe he has the true heart of being that leader of our city and being that shining example of what we need. But what he needs is a great supporting cast.
Hold on, Don. Hold on. See, that's the word I was hoping you didn't say.
Okay.
That's the word I hope you didn't say, but you said it.
All right,
Now,
go ahead.
by you saying it, I got to expound on that word.
Go
You
ahead.
said supporting cast.
Supporting
so,
cast.
So let me give you a little history about me.
All right.
I told you earlier I'm from a big little town called Waycross, Georgia.
Right.
I've been here approximately 30 plus years.
Got it.
I've been doing it. I did it all. Barbershops here and did different things.
Yeah.
So I've been here 30 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And so out the 30 plus years that I've been here, Don, I noticed that nothing really changed.
Yeah.
I noticed nothing really happened. I noticed some stuff that really didn't happen the way I thought it would happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a mall sitting over there. You can hear me? I'm talking low. Can you hear me, Bite? We good now? Okay. We got a mall on Gordon Highway. Been sitting there empty for many, many years.
Right.
So we got other parts of the city that just got potholes. A lot of stuff that's going on around here in the city that doesn't happen, that hadn't changed since I've been here.
Right.
30 plus years.
Right.
So now you said getting the people together, working together to make a common goal accomplished. Mm-hmm. Now, what are you going to do different? Because did you even tell us what the one that's in the chair not doing now?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, me offering myself for this doesn't have anything to do with what my opponent is doing or not doing, outside of the fact that I feel he hasn't done what we need. He hasn't done what the people want. So my whole thing is this. It's not to necessarily go after him in any regard. My thing is I feel what I can bring. Okay. All right? I know what I can do. And me feeling the confidence in that aspect realizes that I can provide something that we're not getting right now. So in that regard, you got to stand on what you know. You got to stand on what you have, but you got to, more importantly, put your words into action. You know, so regardless of any of the commissioners, number one, this is what I'm gonna answer your question directly. What would I do? Number one, I would show that I can work with any and everyone, regardless. All right, I'm not gonna block myself off in the unnecessary of, like you said, the clicks, or block myself off because I'm so high above anyone else that I can't lend a hand where it's needed, or I can't roll my sleeves up and go pick up this trash or go help move something forward. That's the difference in me and many others. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I hear you. Now, Don, do you have the time now
yeah.
to put in the time to give the citizens what they need and what they haven't been getting in this area for many, many years?
Yeah.
So do you have the time to give the people the time? So and the reason why I say that, because I mean, you have a wife and you have a family.
Right.
How can that time be balanced up to get the city what they need for you to get in the position to give us what we need?
Yeah. Well, and you know, the thing about it is, I mean, I work full time. I'm on the board with the YMCA. I'm on the Aviation Commission currently. I'm also on the Board of Regents with the museum. I've been in radio, working full time. I still assist veterans and their families that are in need, even though I'm no longer in that role that I was previously in with Forces United assisting. So all of those things really kind of tie together. Okay? So a lot of the things that I'm doing will benefit everyone involved that will be represented by me in District 5, but more importantly, for the city. Because the only way that you can really be effective as a leader, right, is number one, it's not about me just telling you what to do. It's not about me just barking orders, but we had a definition in the Army for leadership that said the act of influencing others by providing purpose, motivation, and direction. All right? And the thing about it is we need people that are going to commit themselves to helping people, to providing decisions and solutions that benefit us. Because right now, you said the word, We're, you said we're the second largest. We're actually technically now the third largest in the state.
Okay, okay.
Columbus has actually surpassed us. They inched us out. But for us to still be the size that we are, it's a lot more that we can do. So I'll never come with a doom and gloom story. I'm going to tell you right now that I believe our best days are still in front of us, not behind us.
Okay. I think we got a question from the floor.
All right.
Okay.
Two questions.
Two questions from the floor. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Stephanie Neal.
Hey, Miss Stephanie.
I have a question.
All right. What's your question?
We're all about unity here in Augusta.
Right.
And right now, we have a disconnect between the citizens, especially the females,
Right.
with District 5. The gentleman that holds the seat for District 5 right now.
Right.
And I would like to know what you can do, or what will you be willing to do when you become District 5 Commissioner, because
Say
I
that.
have no doubt
Say that.
that you will be the Commissioner for District 5.
Right.
But to bring back the respect that has been lost between District 5 seat and the women citizens of Augusta, Georgia,
Yeah.
because we would like to know how accessible accountability that, and how we can be able to contact you without sarcasm,
Yeah.
how willing you are to be approachable for ladies,
Yeah.
because it's gone right about now, and it needs to be redirected, because still the ladies are our queens here, even
Yeah.
though, I mean, it's bad, and
Yeah.
it needs to be changed.
Yeah. It does.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't vote for you, but I'm going to support you all the way.
And I appreciate that question
Okay,
because
okay.
the point she's making, it's been a lot of things that our current incumbent has done that has offended
Women.
the women specifically.
Okay, okay.
That's not for me to stand on. That's not for me to explain, but it is for me to correct once I get in the position. Number one, everyone deserves respect, but even more so are women. Yeah, even more so.
Okay.
So in that regard, to answer her directly, I absolutely will be what I've always been and what I still do today. I am accessible and open to receiving anyone, but more importantly, I'm going to show that respect and give that regard to our women, to our men, to our children, to our neighbors. But collectively, I'm going to ensure we do that. I can't correct what was already done outside of being elected into office and ensuring that I never allow myself to fall in a misstep like that.
Okay. Okay.
We have one more.
Okay. We got another question from the floor.
Yeah, we have one more question.
One more question from the floor.
Please state your name.
Yes, ma'am.
Melinda Stewart. My question is, reflecting back on your military service, how do you feel like that will equip you, your leadership skills that you acquired and your honorable service, equip you to serve citizens as well and within a leadership role within Augusta?
Yeah, I appreciate that
Great
question.
question. Great question.
Yeah, I appreciate that question. So many that are in the military, and it's not just to say it's only a military thing, but military is very unique in the sense that when you're doing something as significant as this, right, as serving, I had to depend on others with my life. I had others' lives in my hands. If you go in a combat zone, the bullets, the rockets, the hazards that you are in those different environments, listen, it doesn't care that my name is Don DC or your name is John or whatever. It's just hazards around you. And everybody deals with it differently. So it may be a situation, it may be a day where my weakest point has come on, and now you have to stand up and carry me and help me through it. So I'm going to tell you, to answer your question, I think my experiences that I've gone through in the military have really prepared me to endure many things. But I'm going to tell y'all don't understand when I tell you it is sheer by the grace of God that I even stand before you today. because some of the things that I've done and been through and seen, and still to be able to walk whole, still to be able to possess the full mastery of all of my limbs and my mind, it's nothing but God. And so, yeah, yeah.
Okay. But DC, let me ask this question now.
Go ahead.
If the law is willing,
Yes, sir.
and you get into this seat and you are the winner of the seat,
Yes, sir.
should we or would you be willing to have a report card?
Yes, sir.
Report card. Let me tell you what I mean by this report card.
Okay.
This report card is maybe the first time that the 85 people that we got in this audience ever heard about this report card. But I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it to the people because again, it's not me. The people want to know.
I got you.
So this report card that we were referring to is
Yeah.
when the person get into that seat, we're gonna give them 1 year. 1 year to do this, to that, make a difference, to see some improvements. After that 1 year, that report card that says no good, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Now we can get you out of there and replace you for the person that you just beat out.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that report card making any sense? You think we can do that report card?
Well, so I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just asking.
No.
To be fair, it's hard to do something in 1 year.
Okay.
Well,
there you go.
Okay.
You got to realize he coming to a situation, and that he got to try to overcome what happened back in the past. And before he put his stamp on something, he got to get rid of what's in the past first and try to move forward. So that's a year and a half, 2 years, then get him the report card.
But you know what? I'm gonna add something more to what
Okay.
he's saying.
What you got?
So, I've never worked in government. I've worked in the military, but I've never worked in local government. There's a lot of things that you and I see that we don't fully understand behind the scenes. So I'm gonna have to commit myself to learning those things. I'm gonna have to commit myself to really doing an assessment to understand some of the aspects of how government moves. But I'm also gonna have to understand the employees that work in government. Because the thing about it is, I can come in barking orders, I can come in making all kind of changes and not have a full understanding at all, and I can make things worse. So my whole thing is this. Right now, the continuity for the city, if you run, if he runs, if anybody runs, the continuity are the employees of the city. The problem is this, though. What the employees do or don't do affects us very personal through the service support that they provide or otherwise. But if I don't make sure that body of people has an understanding that they're supported, if I don't understand what their challenges are, whatever decision I make, it's still going to fall short because I'm not addressing who I need to address.
Now, I hate to kind of come at you this way.
Go ahead.
But Don, remember I've been here 30 plus years.
Right.
So I can take you down to Riceboro Road. I can take you down Lane Walker. I can take you over to about Mount Calvary.
Yeah.
I can take you to all those different areas.
Yeah.
And you know what happens in those areas?
Yep.
You know what happens right here on Olive Road? It rains and it floods.
Yep.
So what happens when I tell the people, I mean the commissioners,
Right.
about the flooding problem in those parts of town,
Yeah.
you know what they tell me? We're going to do a study.
Yep.
They're going to do a study.
Exactly.
Now, why we need to study it, it's flooding.
Yeah.
It's flooding.
Yeah.
So when you say you need to learn the ins and outs of the government, what you need to learn is water flooding.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that paying the taxes. I'm the one doing this and doing that. But when I go down there and try to put my opinion on what's happening in my area,
Right.
and then I go on the other side of town,
Yep.
I don't see the flooding.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm asking you now, remember this is just a people question.
Yeah.
How in the hell we need to study, and all you got to do is fix the water problem?
Well, you're right.
I'm just talking
You're
about what I'm talking about.
You're right.
Fix the problem.
So I'm gonna tell you like this. You're absolutely right, because the need is in so many different levels out there. But I need to understand how to address that need. Okay. If I just come in and just start throwing solutions at it, I'm part of the problem, because I'm not just throwing solutions, I'm throwing money at it too if I'm in that position. And I'm trying to get the other commissioners to vote collectively to say, hey, just throw some money at it and let's just shut John's mouth up for right now. And then after that one goes south, then guess what? John's right back where he was, if not worse.
Well, now that's probably what should happen. And,
Yeah.
and let me say, let me say what I mean. Let let me say what I mean when I
Say
say
it
that.
plain, say it
Because,
plain.
and the reason why I said it because if I'm constantly going down complaining about the problems
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
as in any citizen would do, they're constantly
Yeah.
complaining. So if I'm complaining about the flooding or the whatever I'm complaining about, maybe you ought to put a sign say your 1 cent sale tax is at work
Yeah.
to shut my mouth up.
You didn't see those signs? They around.
Not over here.
They
Not
around.
over here.
You're right. They
So
probably not
put a
over
sign
here.
over
Yeah.
here to keep
Yeah.
me closed and put a dump truck out there to keep my mouth closed, make me look like you're doing something. So
Yeah.
then when I do see you, okay, well they trying.
Yeah.
But then after 6 months later, 8
Yeah.
months later, nearly a year later,
Okay.
move the dump truck now. Give me some work.
Exactly. And that was what I was about to say. So you want that dump truck sitting there for a whole year?
I'll
Or
be-
do you want to really make sure that we provide a solution that we can depend upon, that we don't have to keep coming back to it, throwing money over and over again, but more importantly, that we address the issue directly?
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you,
Okay.
the other thing about it is this too. So we're talking about flooding, and it's a lot of areas that are dealing with that flooding. But we're also talking about certain areas of Augusta that don't have restaurants, that don't have groceries, that don't have enough lighting and otherwise. Listen, there is an abundance of need out there. And the thing about it is what we need is, listen, you're telling me that we can't have a restaurant in South Augusta because we need to build the infrastructure up to be able to lure the businesses. Then let's do it. We know what the problems are. Let's do it. But again, this is Don and John talking that don't have a full understanding of the process, that don't understand how things work, and don't understand some of the challenges and limitations that it takes to really make those kind of changes as well. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to commit myself to the fullest to work with those other commissioners and the mayor to get it done.
Okay. I thought we got a question.
Yeah,
from the floor.
I just want to comment. You said there's, you just made a statement. It's a comment. You said there's restaurants in certain parts of Augusta because there's an infrastructure. Okay, this old saying going, it said, people always say, I don't want to go back to church until I'm right. Why wait till you get right to go to church? You got people living in that neighborhood that can make those, that can bring money to that restaurant or to the other places.
Yeah.
Infrastructure need to go. It will come.
Yeah.
If they go ahead and put it there.
Yeah.
Put the restaurant there to attract more people. So
But
why wait for the
remember,
instruction?
So we're looking
Like you
at,
say, you new into it. You got there's certain protocols that have to be done.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
But it's not directly at you. But it just
No,
for
no.
those who listening.
I'm with you, but remember, we can't look at anything one dimensional. We can't look at anything and just say, hey, all I need is to rebuild the infrastructure and then we're good to go. There's economics involved with that. There's many aspects of it, you know, depending on the area, based upon the income median range. You know, restaurants may say, hey, if I put a Papados off of Peach Orchard, are these people going to be able to afford that? If I put this kind of restaurant over here on Olive Street, will they be able to, or am I going to lose money as a business? So there's a lot of things involved in this thing that we got to make sure that we're addressing, but we got to make sure, more importantly, that we communicating to people and they understand what it is.
Don, before I want to ask my media man, can I get about 8 more minutes? Because this if we give me 6 minutes. We live at Barbershop Talk Live again. Serious, so if you got a question for our special guest, Mr. Don D.C. Curry.
D.C. Curry. That's that comedian.
That's a comedian. D.C. Clark, give us a call at 706.
He said Curry.
D.C. Curry.
We live. We are
Hey, we want
always
to know.
live.
Hey, I guess DC stand for Don Clark, right?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Hey, for now, John, look at his shirt before you say something. But we do
I was
have
trying
another
to help
question
him.
though.
We
We
got
do have
another
another question from
we
the
got another
floor.
question from the floor.
Please state your name, please.
Yeah, it's Corey Johnson. I'm just gonna dive in and make a statement.
I guess we all know who Corey Johnson
What's
is,
up,
right?
Corey?
I'm gonna dive in and make a statement just to kind of piggyback on what you said. As far as the growth in those areas, one thing that failed to happen, number one, we have term limits, right? I served 2 terms. Now, mind you, the things that we're working on is the person that comes behind me don't proceed in that manner, right?
Exactly.
Those things fall.
Yeah.
So the first thing is planning. Now, what happens a lot of times is we don't plan. We don't sit down with the people and plan.
Right.
We all ought to be in on what we want our neighborhoods to look like, what we want in our area. And it's not being done. So what's happening, we being planned for.
Right.
And when we being planned for, we don't get what we want. We get what they want us to have. And that's what happens. So when it goes back to what DC was saying about it's a lot of moving parts that goes into that. He's correct. But it also has to do with the people that are there for the time that they're there.
Exactly.
Because the things that I voted on things in 2012, it didn't happen in 2016. I had been out of office almost 3 years. So it takes time, and he said it best. It don't happen overnight. He's going to have a learning curve of at least a year just to learn what every department does. So it's a lot of moving parts that goes with it, but we got to start planning ourselves what we want to. We can't get mad at West Augusta Alliance and any other place that they get together, because they get together and they have these meetings and they playing. We ought to do the exact same thing in our community, and that's what creates change. But until we do that, it's not going to happen. We're going to continue to be playing for. So we need to start setting plans and putting forth action so we can illustrate what we want our community to look like. Yeah. And that's what I think DC was mainly trying to express. You know, we got to talk about this. This is just not his idea or my idea. It's our idea.
Right.
And we all have to be at the table talking about what that look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And great. That was good. Sound man, give me 6 more minutes, because I swear, I hate to get out this. Listen, when I'm looking at your car here, DC,
Yeah.
and it said leadership, open and clear leadership. So in my mind, leadership determines the destiny of its followers.
That's right. That's
If
right.
the leader is correct, the leader's right, the leader's doing right, his followers will follow on from that. So leadership determines the destiny of his followers. And also, I see here that you're campaigning for open growth and planning growth. So when you talk about the growth, what do you see in the next 3 to 5 years for Augusta?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of things, and I'm gonna tell you one of the main things that I see for growth is, you know, there's so many different levels. Number one, you and I both kind of stay in the same area. We need to learn from the example that Elderberry and different neighborhoods like that are dealing with right now. Right now, that neighborhood is boxed in. They were developed with a one-way in, one-way out approach. We're still building on top of that. So now you have two neighborhoods trying to navigate through one street, and it's about to be a choke point from just no other. So number one, we need to make sure that, like Corey was saying earlier, man, we got to do a better job of planning the growth and development. But people need to understand, you're paying your taxes for a reason. If you do not insert yourself in the process, if you do not go out and let your voice be heard, if you do not impart your knowledge, wisdom, or your wants and needs in the process, it is really hard to say, I'm sick and tired of this, if you haven't taken any steps towards trying to be a part of it. That's why the campaign slogan is Together We Thrive in District 5, because together we have to be able to do that.
Okay, all right. I got to get out of here, but
I got you.
that DJ, he telling me some stuff, but I'm gonna pray that he give me 3 more minutes.
All right.
Can he?
All right.
I'm gonna pray. I hate to get out this seat because you giving me some good stuff. But listen, I got to give you a challenge.
Go ahead.
I got to give you a challenge because you have entrusted the people. The people are entrusting you. So I'm gonna give you a challenge, Mr. DC. This is my challenge flag. This is the challenge flag I got personally from the NFL.
Man.
Personally from the NFL.
I didn't know the NFL had sparkly challenge flags.
This the sparkly challenge flag.
Right.
So I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
Today, your challenge flag.
All right.
Now, when I drop this flag on the floor, that's when the challenge starts.
Let's go.
Are you ready for the challenge?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Bam.
The challenge is, when you become the next commissioner of District 5,
Yes, sir.
you have to continue what you have started.
Yes, sir.
I mean, don't get out here and talk the talk without walking the walk.
Yeah.
Your challenge is to continue to give the people in District 5 what they've been looking for all these many years. Give the people in District 5 what they deserve.
That's right.
Your challenge is to continue to be the upright citizen of District 5. Your challenge is to continue to be a good husband for your wife. Your challenge is to continue to be a good dad. Your challenge is to be a good old-fashioned good man.
Right.
That's your challenge.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't do that, the report card will come to you.
That's right.
And we'll put your butt out of there.
Let's go.
We'll vote you out of there.
Let's go.
So can you hand that challenge?
So this is an okay challenge to pick up?
You can pick that challenge up.
So I'm going to commit and tell each and every one of you that everything that he just said is what I walk and do and show every day of my life.
Hey, I like that.
Yes,
and,
sir.
And I told you, my people back home in Red Cross, Georgia, you know what they say?
What they saying?
When they see that, they say, got to be more careful.
There it is. There it is.
That what
Hey,
they say.
you opened it up.
That's
So
what they say
look,
now.
yeah.
They say, got to be more careful. He got some
Yes, sir.
people. So they also say, can one man have that much power?
Listen, so it's not about one man or woman having that power and influence. In this regard, for our leadership, for our city, our county, it's going to take the collective working together to move our city forward. Not saying that we're going to always agree with each other. Not saying that everything I say you're going to like or vice versa. But more importantly, we need to make sure that we are keeping the priorities and the benefit and otherwise going forward. All right.
Okay. CSOA Barbershop Talk Live World. I have enjoyed this conversation, but listen, you have been challenged,
Yes, sir.
and you are going to live up to the challenge.
Yes, sir.
We believe that.
Yes, sir.
We believe. So that being said, how can they follow you? Is it a website? If you need any donations, any kind of volunteers,
Yeah.
how can the people do that to continue to support you?
All of that. So on the card, of course, and we'll make sure, listen, we're coming door to door. We're going to churches. We're on corners and otherwise. But if you all want more information about me, go to electdonclark@gmail.com. You can call me, 706-250-2374, like right there on the card. You can go to Facebook, type in Elect Don Clark for Augusta Richmond County District 5 Commissioner. And listen, all of this takes, the money to move it forward. So donations are all appreciated. But what we need more than anything is ensure that everybody gets out and vote. Yeah. So April 29th starts early voting. May 21st is election date. Folks, get out here and let your voice be heard. Our local elections it's such a low turnout, man. It's such a low turnout. So let's get out there and make sure people get out here and vote.
Okay, listen. That being said,
Yeah.
Serious Story Barbershop Talk Live World, you heard it what he said. We need you to vote.
Yep.
We need you to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but at least exercise your right to vote.
Yeah.
Now listen, you have been challenged.
All right.
You have been challenged.
Been challenged.
Now that being said,
Yeah.
you have been challenged. Now the Barbershop Talk Live World, I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to give them a challenge.
Go ahead.
Listen, Barbershop Talk Live World, what I have in my hand is a $25 gift card from Lowe's.
There you go.
This is a card that I will give to anybody that's watching Barbershop Talk Live World, and you get a chance to win this card, $25.
There you go.
Now, the only way you can get this card
Yeah.
is one way to get this card.
What's that?
You had to pay attention to the conversation.
There you go.
If you paid attention to this conversation and watch everything we talked about on Barbershop Talk Live, with this conversation was done, you get a chance to answer the question, and the card belongs to you. You have to stop by 1927 Olive Road, Jay's Place Barbershop. But the way you get this question, I'm gonna give you 3 questions.
3 questions.
3 questions, Barbershop Talk Live World. If you get these questions correctly, you'll get this chance to win the $25 gift card. The first question is always a simple question. The first question is always a simple question. The first question is, where is he originally from? Well, we got 3 questions. The first question is always a simple question. The first question is, again, where is Don DC from? This for the Barbershop Talk Live World.
They
that's
trying
watching.
to win the card too.
Well, see now,
They like, ooh, I know.
listen, the second question is also a simple question. The second question is a simple question. The second question is, how many years did he serve in the military? These folks are so anxious.
Yeah.
The first question is always the first question. The first question, where is he originally from? The second question is, how many years did he serve in the military? And listen, I know you got to get this third question. The third question is very simple also. The third question is, what did he major in? If you got the question correctly, if you heard the conversation, this $25 gift card belong to you. Belong to you. Belong to you. Again, Barbershop Talk Live World, I'm glad you tuned into the Barbershop conversation. Done.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. But
Hey, I
listen,
appreciate it.
Now listen, I know for a fact, because you got the 86 people that's out here watching.
That's right.
You are a praying man.
Absolutely.
You are a praying man. I believe that.
Yes, sir.
So that being said, seriously, Barbershop Talk Live World, we got 86 people in the audience. I want to do something real quick, and in Barbershop Talk Live World, this is something that's always off the cuff. This is off the cuff. But before we go do what I want to do, I want to give you a special shout out to next week. Next week's guest right here in this hot seat is none other than Linwood Holmes.
There you go.
Linwood Holmes be right here in this hot seat. Also with this hot seat, Matthew Davis be right here in the hot seat. What are they here for? Talk about the 70s party on April the 20th. So please, man, please, sir, get your face in the place, or I'm going to bust your face if you don't tune in next week. April the 20th, sit in the hot seat with Linwood Holmes and Matthew Davis again. So listen, tune in. If you want to be a guest on Barbershop Talk Live, just inbox me. You want to be a sponsor of Barbershop Talk Live, please inbox me. We'll be glad to have you. Just be a supporter of Barbershop Talk Live. So listen, what I want to do now, do we have an answer to the question? Do we have an answer to the question on the screen? First question, where is he originally from? The second question is, how many years he served in the military? The third question is, what did he major in? Get those questions right. There's $25 gift card belong to you. Put the question on the screen. Did it? All right, what we're gonna do now? Listen, we're gonna do something simple. We're gonna do something real simple, and this also applies to the audience. I think we got 85 people now, 85 people. But listen, okay, so Ms. Tasha, I want you to come on up. Yeah, remember we live. This is live. You never know what happened on Barbershop Talk Live. This is a live broadcast. Anything can and will happen. So again, how can they get in contact with you again?
Yeah, electdonclark@gmail.com. Go to Facebook. Type in elect Don Clark, Augusta Richmond County District 5 Commissioner. You also can give me a call, 706-250-2374.
All right.
John,
So
let me give one shout out.
One shout out, okay.
Listen, I cannot do anything without having an amazing team out there. I want to shout out all my team back
85
there
of y'all.
that's representing back there.
85 of y'all.
Yep.
All right. Listen again. 8.5. Okay, they all there, kicking and screaming. But listen, before we go any further, I want to thank you for coming on Barbershop Talk Live.
I appreciate you.
I enjoyed the conversation. I know
Yeah.
the people have enjoyed the conversation, and they got their questions answered.
Yes, sir.
But before we go any further, again, you never know what's going to happen on Barbershop Talk
Okay.
Live. That's why we call it a live show.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, you are a praying man. I want you and Tasha to just pray us out of here.
All right.
So now, y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Pray us out here. Barbershop Talk Live again. We'll see you next week. Tune in right here in the hot seat. Linwood Holmes, Matthew Davis. We'll see you next week on Barbershop Talk Live. DC. Let's pray us out here, sir.
Lord, we thank you. Thank you for all the wonders and all the blessings that you continue to bestow upon us all. We ask that you cover our city. We ask that you touch all the hearts, feed all the need. But more importantly, we ask that you bring us together. Your word says where there are one or two gathered in your name, so shall you be. So we ask for you to insert yourself right now, God, in this situation. We ask, more importantly, that you enlighten us all with the heart, the soul, the energy, and activity to continue to do that good work that will move us all forward and bring us closer to your blessed name. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Again, we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to Barbershop Talk Live. We out of here.